Hey guys, Super Godzilla Final Wars here, and I am back once again with another video. Today, I'm going to be discussing my problems with both Godzilla X Kong and Godzilla vs. Kong. You see, don't get me wrong, I do love Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. But if you see my review, you do know that I have a few problems with The New Empire. And I never made a video about this, but I also have had similar problems with Godzilla vs. Kong. In order to fully understand my problems with Godzilla vs. Kong, let's go back to Godzilla vs. Kong. So, when Godzilla vs. Kong came out, I was really expected to see Godzilla and Kong duking it out. And I know what you guys are going to say. Well, we did solve that. Well, we did see that. Yes, but the fights in the movie weren't quite what I expected. Sorry about that. Anyways, the fights in the movie were not quite what I expected them to be. Now I know you guys are going to be wondering, what do I mean by that? Well, let's just say the fights in the movie were way too short. This problem goes for both Godzilla vs. Kong and Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. The fights are just way too damn short. And they don't give us enough time to truly enjoy these fights. And please ignore the random noise in the background. My cat is playing with her toy right now. The fight scenes in these movies were way too short. But that's the least of my concerns. My main concern is Godzilla not having that much screen time in both movies. Now, I know what you guys are going to be thinking. Again, what do I mean by that? Godzilla was practically a side character for both of these movies. Both Godzilla vs. Kong and Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, have officially made Godzilla to become the side character. These movies were not made to be Godzilla movies. They were just made to be Kong movies. And that's my big concern here. These movies were not meant to be Godzilla movies. They're just meant to be Kong movies. And these two MonsterVerse movies, Godzilla vs. Kong and Godzilla X Kong, are so successful because our main protagonist is not Godzilla. It's a monkey. And that's something that I hate. The fact that fans are so happy that Kong is the main character and not Godzilla. Godzilla is just the side character, and that's something that I hate. I hate the idea of Godzilla being a side character for a movie that's not even supposed to be his. The fight scenes are not just too short, but there's also the fact that Godzilla doesn't have that much screen time in these movies. If you're going to make a Kong movie, then keep Godzilla out of the picture. Now I know what you guys are going to say, well, the movies would be more successful without Godzilla. I highly doubt that. Because look how successful Kong Skull Island was. That movie was very successful at the box office. So, don't give me that, oh, Kong's movie would be this movie would have been so successful. Bull freaking crap. If Kong Skull Island was meant to be successful without Godzilla, then the same can be said for Godzilla vs. Kong and Godzilla X Kong. I'm just saying the fact that not only are the fight scenes too short in these movies, the fact that Godzilla is basically a side character for these movies. Now, I did checked out a video a couple months ago, and I found out that Godzilla's screen time in Godzilla vs. Kong is only Godzilla's screen time is only 11 minutes. 11 minutes of screen time. And I was going to say, well, that's not bad. That is literally not just bad, but it's just so wasted. And the reason why I say it's wasted is because it's just so dumb. The fact that this is just dumb for Legendary to do. No. Actually, it's more dumb the fact that Adam Wingard says that he likes the Showa era movies. But the thing is, I don't see any Showa era reference in these movies. I don't. Now, I know the Showa era is a series of Godzilla movies that I don't personally enjoy that much, but I did like the silly moments. I really did like the silly moments that the Showa era movies gave. And the fact that both Godzilla vs. Kong and Godzilla X Kong really don't do anything to, reference the Showa or Heisei era. I mean, not Heisei, just the Showa era movies. They don't. They just don't. These movies don't show anything that's a reference of the Showa era movies. At least do something that's like a reference, like the zero gravity fight scene in Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. There could have been a perfect moment, a perfect moment where you could do the famous Godzilla drop kick, or the flying Godzilla, like him firing his atomic breath at the ground and him flying towards Shimo or Scar King. Now, I'm not saying Godzilla didn't fly, but that moment in Godzilla vs. Ghidorah was very memorable by a lot of fans. Hell, even Slick did the famous drop kick and the flying Godzilla in his animation video. Go check it out, by the way. That's a really good animation video. And recently, I checked, and apparently Godzilla's screen time for Godzilla X Kong is only 9 minutes. Godzilla has 9 minutes of screen time. That's 2 minutes shorter compared to the last movie. And once again, Godzilla's character was wasted again in this movie. I mean, what's the point of adding Godzilla if you're not going to use his character right? Let alone put real efforts of using this character. If I directed Godzilla vs. Kong and Godzilla X Kong, I would have given both Godzilla and Kong a fair amount of screen time for each other and make the movies longer. And that's another problem that I have with these movies. Their runtime is just the same. The fact that Godzilla vs. Kong came out literally 2 years after King of the Monsters is insane. Because King of the Monsters was like a 2-hour movie. Like literally, they had all the time in the world to make Godzilla vs. Kong a 2-hour movie. Or even better yet, a 3-hour movie. The same goes for Godzilla X Kong, except they had an extra 1 more year. 3 years. It took them... This movie, Godzilla X Kong The New Empire, could have been a lot better, in my opinion, if it was a 3-hour movie, and Godzilla and Kong had a fair amount of screen time for each other. Don't just make it a Kong solo movie. Make it both a Godzilla and Kong movie. If not, then what's the point of adding Godzilla in the movie if you're not going to use this character right? And that's something that just pisses me off, folks. It pisses me off the fact that Godzilla X Kong and Godzilla vs. Kong are not meant to be Godzilla movies. They're just Kong movies. And that upsets me, honestly. It upsets me. Because you know that I'm 100% a Godzilla fan, 90% Gamera fan, and 80% Kong fan. I appreciate the giant turtle more than the giant monkey with a battle axe and an overgrown infinity gauntlet. And I appreciate a giant radioactive dinosaur that shoots a laser beam out from the mouth more than the turtle and the monkey. Again, if you're not going to use Godzilla right, then don't add him into the movie. Just don't. If anything, it's a waste of time. Yes, I did enjoy seeing Godzilla in the movies, but they're just so brief and short that we don't give it enough time to enjoy these movies. Instead, we're meant to follow Kong. Now, I'm not saying the movies are bad. I'm not saying that. They're still good, in my opinion. I just would have liked to have more if it was just both a Godzilla movie and a Kong movie. Not just a Kong movie. A both Godzilla movie and a Kong movie. Give both characters a fair amount of screen time and use both of them right. They used Kong right, and they could have had as much time to use Godzilla right. But instead, they didn't. They just wasted him. Instead, he's just there to move the plot along for Kong's story. And that is just something I hate about both Godzilla vs. Kong and Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. Luckily, the sequel to The New Empire should just be a Godzilla movie. In your face, monkey boy. Now we just need one more movie. Anyways, hope you guys liked this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me in the comments below, do you feel the same way that I feel towards the two movies? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.